What's good, YouTube? When I'm back with another video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, I just pray everybody watching this video is doing good mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or whatever. And today, the main message right here has really been, sitting on my spirit lately because I feel like I'm not the only man that feels this way sometimes. And the truth is, sometimes a man's worst enemy really is just his own mind. Sometimes it's the thoughts he battles every single day in silence. See, a lot of us, man, we walking around looking strong on the outside, while mentally fighting battles nobody else can see. We laugh with people, we work around people, we show up for everybody else, we make sure everybody else good. And you know what? We still keep pushing through life anyway. We deep down mentally, we be exhausted, you know? We there for everybody else, but we always wonder who's gonna be here for us. Think about that. And the crazy thing is, most men don't even know how to explain what they're feeling. Sometimes we don't even understand it ourselves, you know? And one thing I realized, a lot of us, man, we were raised to believe that, expressing our emotions make us weak. So instead of talking about it, we bottle everything up inside. We, hold in all our stress we going through, all that. And after a while, that pressure starts building up mentally until your mind feels, tired every single day. You feel me? That's why some men become distant. Some of us become emotionally unavailable. And some of us stay busy all the time because, we don't want to sit alone in our thoughts. Because when a man is left alone with his thoughts long enough, his mind can become a battlefield. And overthinking will really drain your spirit if you let it. You know, you start replaying old situations in your head. You start, questioning your future. You start wondering why relationships didn't work out. You start questioning your purpose, your values, your direction in life. You start wondering if you're really enough. And, eventually your mind becomes so loud that you can't even hear or feel peace anymore. See, a lot of us men are mentally tired because we carry things nobody talks about. We carry pressure to succeed, to provide, to, stay strong. And, it takes a lot of us. It takes a lot on us. And sometimes it feels like people only check on us when it's beneficial, when it becomes useful to them. That's why so many men suffer silently. And one of the hardest feelings as a man is being surrounded by people, but still feeling alone internally. You can have family around you. You can have your homeboys around you. You can have people calling your phone, people laughing with you, and still feel like nobody truly understands you. Nobody feels what you're going through. That feeling is real, and a lot of us men carry that feeling every single day without saying a word about it. And I think one reason a lot of men don't open up because we're scared of being misunderstood. Sometimes we feel like if we finally explain how we really feel, people are just going to judge us and look at us differently or feel like we're weak. So instead of us talking, we stay silent. But silence becomes dangerous when your mind is already heavy. And another thing I had to realize is just because you're struggling mentally doesn't mean, you're weak. Because at the end of the day, we're human. We all have feelings. You have emotions just like anybody else. You know, real strength is being honest enough to admit when you're hurting mentally. We all been through it. A strong man is not somebody who never feels pain. A strong man is somebody who keeps fighting and keeps carrying pain nobody else can see. And truthfully, a lot of men are out here, trying to be everything everybody else, you know, while neglecting themselves mentally. You feel me? We pour into everybody else's cup. We help everybody else. We try to motivate everybody. We try to motivate everybody else, show it for everybody. But deep down, we be tired too. And sometimes we don't even know how to ask for help. That's why protecting your peace matters so much. You got to protect your peace, your mental, your spirit. Oh man, most definitely your spirit. Your spirit matters more than anything. You know, you got to stop carrying, the weight of the world by yourself, because your mind can either heal you or it'll destroy you, what you're trying to depend on to what you're feeding every single day. And this is where God comes into the conversation, because there are moments in life where you thought your own thoughts will lie to you. Your mind would tell you that you're failing when you're really growing. Your mind would tell you that nobody cares when God has been carrying you the whole time. It'll also tell you that, to give up on God. But God is building strength inside of you. That's why prayer matters. Praying every day matters. Not no fake prayers. Just being real. Be honest with God. Like, God, my mind is tired. I'm going through things mentally. I'm suffering with this. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, God, I need you. I need to depend on you. And trust me, God hears those prayers. So just sit back, listen. A lot of us, man, are, we're carrying things that we never healed from. Some of us are carrying childhood trauma. Some of us are carrying heartbreaks. Some of us are carrying a whole bunch of stuff instead of healing the right way. We just learn to keep moving. We stay distracted. We stay busy. We avoid everything else, because silence, man, it forces us to face what we're really hurting inside. But unhealed pain, it'll always find its way to show itself eventually. Sometimes through your anger, through isolation, through your addiction, through pride, through all this stuff. That's why healing matters. And healing doesn't make you soft. Healing means you stop bleeding on people who never cut you. Really think about that. Because I've been there before. I done bled on people that ain't never cut me, never did nothing to me. That's why we got to learn how to heal. Because at the end of the day, the hardest battle for men is not physical, it's mental. So one thing I want to leave y'all with is this. If this video touched your spirit in any way, share this with somebody who needs it, who's been going through something mental. Because trust me, there's a lot of us men out here suffering quietly. And if nobody told you this today, keep going, bro. Your life matters. You got a purpose. Your peace matters. Your mental health matters. Men's mental health matters. And God sees every battle you've been fighting, even the ones nobody else knows about. Don't let your mind convince you that, you're alone. We all go through storms. We all have moments where life feels heavy. But you're not defeated. And sometimes the strongest thing a man can do is finally admit that he needs peace. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Keep going no matter what. And I'll see y'all in the next video.